friends, family, honored guests, good morning and welcome. I am Christopher Allen Bracey, Provost of the George Washington University. Members of the class of 2025 will now be represented in a procession of their peers from each school and college in the order of the school's founding. Please rise and join me in welcoming the class of 2025 of the George Washington University. Please welcome the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences, led by flag bearer Ger Bendor. The School of Medicine and Health Sciences, led by flag bearer Jeffrey Shipley. The George Washington University Law School, led by flag bearer Leah Fix. The School of Engineering and Applied Science, led by flag bearer Vigna Vemparala. The Graduate School of Education and Human Development, led by flag bearer Katie Coleman. The School of Business, led by flag bearer Jalinette Reyes. The Elliott School of International Affairs, led by flag bearer Debbie Kwok. The Milken Institute School of Public Health, led by flag bearer Paola Rocha Romo. The College of Professional Studies, led by flag bearer Khadija Ataki. And the School of Nursing, led by flag bearer Bruno Rustico. Friends, family, honored guests, please welcome the faculty of the George Washington University. Family, honored guests, please welcome the members of the George Washington University Administration, our very special honorees, the Board of Trustees, Chair Grace Spates, and President Ellen M. Granberg. On behalf of my colleagues on stage and throughout the university, I am delighted to welcome all of you to the George Washington University's commencement on the National Mall. We will continue our ceremony with the presentation of the colors by the George Washington University Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps Ceremonial Color Guard, and the national anthem sung by Millicent Scarlett, a professor in the Department of Music. Would those who are able please stand and remove your hats?
stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket rang out, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave. O'er the land of the brave and the home of the free.
Please be seated. Class of 2025, congratulations. I'm delighted to open our ceremony in this one-of-a-kind setting, the National Mall. It is a fitting tribute to your achievement in completing your studies at the George Washington University. I would like to give a special recognition to all the family members, friends, faculty, and staff who join us today and have been pillars of support for our graduates. I also want to acknowledge the alumni and friends who generously funded the scholarships that helped give many of you the opportunity to attend our university. Each year at Convocation, we welcome our incoming first-year students to our academic community. In my remarks, I like to make them a promise. And the promise is this, that they will be challenged in our classrooms, research spaces, and internships. We'll pursue truth and test ideas with peers and great scholars from around the world. That will sometimes fail, but also will enjoy great successes, and will seek, witness, and achieve academic excellence. These students start the year with excitement and ambition, ready to embrace and maximize the opportunities available to them in the heart of our nation's capital and beyond. While our graduate and professional students do not attend Convocation, our promise to them, one of pursuing truth, building diverse relationships, and academic achievement, is just the same. And I say to all graduating students today, you can now look back at your time at GW and see that everything we said you would experience did indeed come to pass. You can reflect on the opportunities you embraced, the diverse people you met, the disciplines that you mastered, and the skills that you developed. You have broadened your horizons and set yourself firmly on the path of excellence for whatever you do next. Of course, the world you are graduating into is more complex than ever, with many conflicting perspectives about how to address the great challenges facing our society. At GW, our foundational educational commitment to free inquiry and free expression meant that you were encouraged to engage deeply with controversial issues in thoughtful, rigorous debate. And after today, I urge you to use what you learned and take part in the public conversations that are so critical to the advancement of our society. Do not be a spectator to the conversations that will determine our collective future. Make your voice heard, and when you do, be sure to let the world know that you are a graduate of George Washington University. Thank you for your lifelong commitment to this university, and congratulations. I now have the honor of introducing Grace Spates, Chair of the university's Board of Trustees and a GW alumna. Chair Spates, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Provost Bracy, and congratulations, class of 2025. As chair of the Board of Trustees and as a proud GW Law alumna, it is my honor to be here with you today as we applaud all of your achievements. First, may I ask the trustees who have joined us this morning to please rise and be recognized by the audience. Trustees, thank you for your leadership and service to GW. We are grateful for your commitment. You may be seated. Class of 2025, take a moment to look around you. Celebrating with you today on the National Mall are your colleagues, faculty mentors, family, and friends, all of whom were instrumental on your journey of discovery and achievement. With their guidance and encouragement, you were challenged, learned, and grew. You leave our scholarly community wise, capable individuals with new knowledge and skills that have set you on a path of great success. Remember that this incredible support system does not disappear after today. Your fellow graduates, faculty, family, and friends will remain with you as your journey continues, as will the hundreds of thousands of GW alumni around the globe. You will find a GW alum anywhere you look. On behalf of the board and your fellow alumni, I wish you every personal and professional success as your journey continues. Congratulations. I am now pleased to invite the president of the university to the podium. Ellen M. Granberg leads a community of faculty, students, and staff that numbers more than 31,000 people. Please join me in welcoming the George Washington University's 19th president, Ellen M. Granberg.
Well, thank you so much, Chair Spates. University trustees, honorees, faculty, staff, alumni, family, and friends, and of course, the members of the class of 2025. Good morning and welcome to the George Washington University's 2025 commencement ceremony here on the National Mall. As we sit here today with the Washington Monument as our backdrop, we are celebrating an extraordinary milestone for this graduating class. Like almost every important moment in life, walking with you every step of the way has been a network of people. Parents, siblings, partners, children, mentors, and friends whose love and encouragement and support have helped to make this day possible. In honor of them, I would like to continue an important commencement tradition. Will all of the parents, families, and friends of the class of 2025 please rise and accept our congratulations and thanks. You may be seated. I also want to take a moment to recognize and thank the GW faculty and staff for their unwavering commitment to the intellectual and personal growth of our graduating students. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our incredible GW faculty and staff. Finally, I would like to extend our collective gratitude to our host, the National Park Service, and to the countless volunteers for their generous help in preparing this incredible setting and making this day possible. Graduating class of 2025, your successes are many and varied, but you all exemplify the very best of the George Washington University. As your degrees are conferred today, I hope you each feel an immense sense of pride and accomplishment. You have earned this. On behalf of the George Washington University, please accept my sincerest congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce Maxwell Gokala-Wynn, class of 2016, and president of the GW Alumni Association.
Okay, so I always get a little nervous doing this because first and foremost, congratulations, you did it. Good morning, everybody. But as President Granberg said, walking up here, and I'm going off script a little bit, the love and energy from your families is palpable. Give them another round of applause because it's awesome. Today is a tremendous celebration for both you as students and GW as an institution. You are stepping foot into the world as new scholars, practitioners, and most importantly, alumni of the George Washington University. Talk about a truly only at GW moment. If you asked if I would be up here as GW Alumni President giving a speech to new graduates on the National Mall, I would not have believed you. But here we are, sharing this truly unique experience together. As president of the GW Alumni Association, I have the distinct honor of welcoming you to a community of over 330,000 driven and determined alumni who reside around the globe. We are truly proud to have you. We are honored to have with us today some very special members of our GW alumni community. An important part of that community is our alumni emeriti, those who graduated 50 or more years ago. These distinguished alumni, seated in the front and proudly wearing their gold robes, represent the enduring spirit and legacy of GW. I would also like to recognize another important part of our community, On stage and in the audience today, we have several of our monumental alumni, graduates who have had an impact on the world through their work and service and have made enduring contributions that offer inspiration and exemplify the potential for a degree from GW. Two of our monumental alumni will be receiving honorary doctoral degrees. Please join me in giving them another round of applause. I would be remiss if I did not mention the excitement of today and the ways in which you, your family, your friends, and our entire GW community celebrate you. When I was a student, I was profoundly supported by a group of cheerleaders who rooted for me along the way. Some of them root from near and far, and others I am still proud to call my mentors. Huge shout out to my family watching online. I, like many students, came to GW because of its proximity to our nation's capital and the exposure it could allow us. Not only was I seeking an academic challenge, but also a way to find my path and create memorable experiences in a new place. As a student, GW afforded me the opportunity to partake in robust classroom discussions with leaders in the field and peers who are making strides of their own. Together, the academic experience of GW was unlike any I had received. Today, I invite you to stay involved and help to support new and returning students of GW. Our Alumni Association is full of individuals who are truly working to make the world a better place through advancements in science, education, foreign affairs, and community activism. As new alumni, you hold a unique perspective in helping to bridge the community to prospective and current students. Your continued engagement allows for those robust discussions I mentioned to continue through your perspective, expertise, and insight. Together, we can continue to evolve and grow GW's outreach and impact, all while forging new friendships that may last a lifetime. On behalf of the entire alumni community, congratulations and welcome to GW Alumni. Congratulations 2025 and raise high. It is now my honor to introduce Natalia Azaldua Ayala, this year's student commencement speaker. Natalia is a doctoral student in occupational therapy at the George Washington University School of Medicine and Health Sciences, where she will be a part of the program's first graduating cohort. She was born in Mexico and at the age of 4 moved to Texas. Throughout her life, Natalia has learned to embrace her duality of the United States and Mexican cultures, which has allowed her to become an open-minded person while also sparking her curiosity. She was drawn to occupational therapy because of its ability to work with and support people to pursue whatever is meaningful to them. Natalia has a passion for empowering others. She hopes to work with children and families with disabilities, especially Spanish-speaking families. Please join me in welcoming Natalia to the podium.
Hola, mami. Buenos días. Mi nombre es Natalia Anzaldúa Ayala y es un honor hablar con ustedes. Oh, wait, I forgot to code switch. Okay. Hello, class of 2025. It is an honor to address you and your loved ones on this beautiful day. My name is Natalia Anzaldúa Ayala. And if there's one word that has followed me throughout my life, it's trouble. I spent a lot of time at the principal's office, mainly because I love to ask why. Why does it have to be done one way and not the other? But Over time, and for my mother's sanity, I learned to tone it down. Yet the gut feeling that something was off never left me. Writing this speech, I felt pressured to sound scholarly and overly professional. But it wasn't long until the little troublemaker inside me asked, "But why? I want my family members and yours, whose first language may not be English, to feel included." GW was the first place where my troublemaking tendencies were seen as advocacy efforts. And so, this speech is in familiar, everyday language to include us all. During my interview with GW's occupational therapy program, they asked, "What have you seen in your clinical experience that you've disagreed with?" For the first time in my life, someone wanted to hear me ask, why? For the first time, my question was not labeled as trouble. It was seen as potential. At GW, I was always encouraged to keep asking why. And through my education, I was given the tools and support needed to navigate systems and spaces where no one in my family had ever been before. They taught me how to become an advocate, something I'd never heard of growing up in McAllen, a small border town in Texas. As a first-gen student in the US, I struggled figuring out FAFSA and college applications by myself. I felt like government and policy had nothing to do with me, but I was wrong. I had nothing to do with it, but it had everything to do with me. Only at GW was I able to voice my concerns to policymakers on Capitol Hill, and I helped develop the first ever accessibility hour at the White House Easter egg roll. Yeah. Leaving the doors of the White House, I cried and called my grandmother, who's here with me today, Olave, to say how I never could have imagined myself here, or here. Today, I stand as part of the less than 5% of Latino occupational therapists. And the less than 1% of Latina women holding a doctorate degree. GW opened doors and opportunities for me I had never met anyone accomplish before. And now I'm trouble walking through the door. As said by civil rights activist John Lewis, get in good trouble, necessary trouble, and redeem the soul of America. Class of 2025, I encourage you, keep asking why. And when you hold space in places of power, please be a leader and leave the door open for others behind you. Let's continue to do things the GW way, changing the world one revolutionary idea at a time. Congratulations, class of 2025. Gracias.
All right, now that was special. Thank you, Natalia. President Granberg will now recognize honorees and confer the honorary degrees.
Thank you, Provost Bracy. The recipient of the first honorary degree this morning will be introduced by William Ahrens. William is graduating today from the School of Business as a double major in accounting and finance. During his time at GW, he was a teaching assistant for the GW Investment Institute's Phillips Student Investment Fund, and after commencement, he will join Berkeley Research Group as an associate in the turnaround and restructuring team. William.
President Granberg, I'm honored to present to you Mark D. Lerner, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Mark D. Lerner has built a legacy of professional achievement, leadership, and philanthropy that has left an indelible mark on the Washington, D.C. region. A proud alumnus of the George Washington University, where he earned his Bachelor of Business Administration in 1975, Mr. Lerner has led with vision across the fields of real estate, sports, and community development. As the managing principal owner and vice chairman of the Washington Nationals, Mr. Lerner helped guide the baseball team to its historic 2019 World Series championship. And has forged a culture of excellence, philanthropy, and civic engagement on and off the field. A principal of Lerner Enterprises, one of the largest and most respected private real estate development firms in the Washington area, Mr. Lerner has contributed to the transformation of urban and suburban landscapes through millions of square feet of commercial, residential, and mixed-use space. His work has been widely praised for its innovation, sustainability, and quality. He is also a partner in Monumental Sports and Entertainment, a role in which he supports the success of other championship-winning teams in D.C., including the Washington Capitals, Wizards, and Mystics. Mr. Lerner's professional influence is matched by his philanthropic leadership. Through the Annette M. and Theodore N. Lerner Family Foundation, the Judy and Mark Lerner Family Foundation, and Washington Nationals Philanthropies, he has expanded youth development, healthcare access, and inclusive recreational opportunities. This includes the creation of the Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy and the Washington Nationals Diabetes Care Complex. Since graduating, he has remained deeply engaged with our university community, serving on the board of directors of GW Hillel and supporting initiatives including the Annette and Theodore Lerner Family Health and Wellness Center and the Lerner Family Associate Dean for Public Service and Public Interest Law. Mr. Lerner, a member of a multi-generational GW family, was named a monumental alumnus by GW during the university's bicentennial celebration in 2021 in honor of his inspiring achievements and enduring contributions. Mr. Lerner's lifelong commitment to his alma mater and the Washington region stands as a testament to his vision, generosity, and sustained impact. The George Washington University is honored to celebrate Mr. Lerner's remarkable accomplishments and dedication to excellence, opportunity, and the common good. Mark D. Lerner. In recognition of all the foregoing, and by virtue of the authority granted to me by the Congress of the United States of America, vested in the Board of Trustees of the George Washington University, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and declare you fully entitled to all of its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, Dr. Lerner. Our second honorary degree recipient will be introduced by Jennifer S. Lee, who is graduating with a master's degree in legislative affairs from the Graduate School of Political Management. Jennifer was awarded the inaugural Individual Excellence in Advocacy Award from the American Osteopathic Association for her leadership in healthcare policy. She came to GW to make policy her primary career focus. While here, she completed 3 global residencies in the United Kingdom, the European Union, and Mexico, which have inspired new policy interests in international relations. Jennifer.
President Granberg, I'm honored to present to you the Honorable Eleanor Holmes Norton, Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
Eleanor Holmes Norton has spent a lifetime courageously advocating for civil rights, women's rights, and the people of Washington, D.C. For more than 60 years, she has shaped laws, expanded liberties, and led generations toward a more equitable future. Born and raised in the nation's capital, Ms. Norton was at the forefront of the civil rights movement as a student. While pursuing her undergraduate degree at Antioch College and later as a graduate student at Yale University, she served as an organizer with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, participating in sit-ins and voter registration efforts that became hallmarks in the fight for racial justice. Ms. Norton began her work in civil rights law after simultaneously earning a Master of Arts in American Studies and a Bachelor of Laws from Yale. In 1965, she joined the American Civil Liberties Union and quickly established herself as a force in the legal fight for gender equity. In 1970, she led a landmark case before the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission on behalf of 60 female Newsweek employees, opening the door for women to become reporters. She also served, that does deserve a round of applause. She also served on the founding advisory board of the Women's Rights Law Reporter, the first legal periodical in the United States to focus exclusively on the field of women's rights law. That same year, she was appointed by New York City's mayor to head the city's Human Rights Commission, where she held the nation's first hearings on gender discrimination. In 1977, President Jimmy Carter named her the first woman to chair the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Under her leadership, the EEOC issued its first official guidelines on sexual harassment, legally recognizing it as a form of sex discrimination. Ms. Norton joined the faculty of Georgetown University Law Center in 1982, where she taught equal employment opportunity law, labor law, and negotiations. She has authored numerous articles in leading legal journals on justice in dispute resolution, labor ethics, and civil rights enforcement. Since 1991, Ms. Norton has served as the elected delegate to the U.S. House of Representatives from the District of Columbia, championing the rights and representation of the residents of her hometown. Her tireless advocacy for DC statehood, civil liberties, and social justice has spanned decades and earned her national acclaim, including the Foremother Award from the National Center for Health Research and the Coretta Scott King Legacy Award. a legal trailblazer, a civil rights leader, and a dedicated public servant, Eleanor Holmes Norton has transformed American society through her courage, intellect, and unshakable commitment to justice. Eleanor Holmes Norton, in recognition of all the foregoing, and by virtue of the authority granted to me by the Congress of the United States of America, vested in the Board of Trustees of the George Washington University, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa, and declare you fully entitled to all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Our third honorary degree recipient will be introduced by Ella Younger, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Finance and International Business. As a student in the School of Business, she distinguished herself through leadership in investment initiatives and a deep commitment to academic and professional excellence. She is now preparing to begin her career on Wall Street as an investment banking analyst. Ella.
President Granberg, I am honored to present to you Mark R. Shankman, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Mark R. Shankman is a preeminent figure in the field of finance and a model of visionary philanthropy. A pioneer in the high-yield bond and loan markets, Mr. Shankman has helped shape the landscape of leveraged finance for more than 5 decades. In 1985, Mr. Shankman founded Shankman Capital Management, where he continues to serve as founder and president. His leadership helped establish one of the first independent investment firms dedicated to high-yield asset management. Prior to establishing his own firm, Mr. Shankman held influential positions at Fidelity, Lehman Brothers Kuhn & Loeb, and First Investors Asset Management, where he helped build the foundational structures of the high-yield investing we know today. In acknowledgement of his accomplishments, Mr. Shankman has been inducted into the Fixed Income Analysts Society Hall of Fame, and he received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Museum of American Finance. Mr. Shankman earned an MBA from the George Washington University in 1967, and his enduring connection to our university reflects a profound commitment to education and public service. An emeritus trustee of the GW Board of Trustees, he has supported transformative initiatives across the university, including the F. David Fowler Career Center, the Veterans Memorial Park, a seminar series at the Graduate School of Political Management, and much, much more. His extraordinary generosity is commemorated in Shankman Hall, which was named in his honor. He is the recipient of GW's Alumni Outstanding Service Award and Distinguished Alumni Achievement Award. During GW's bicentennial in 2021, Mr. Shankman was named one of GW's monumental alumni, a special recognition of living alumni who have made an impact through their work and service and who embody the ideals of the university. Mark R. Shankman. In recognition of all the foregoing, and by virtue of the authority granted to me by the Congress of the United States of America, vested in the Board of Trustees of the George Washington University, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and declare you fully entitled to all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, Dr. Shankman. Our fourth honorary degree recipient will be introduced by Maxine Engel. Max, as she is known by her teammates on our women's basketball team, earned a scholarship and went on to serve as captain of the team in both her junior and senior seasons. Graduating today with a double major in public health and business and a minor in law and society, she has been a vocal advocate for the Fair Play for Women Act and served our community through Grassroots Health, a nonprofit that teaches middle school youth about healthy living. Her connection to our commencement speaker goes beyond basketball. Both are leaders in society through the platform athletics has given them. Max.
President Granberg, I am honored to present to you John Quell Jones, Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa.
John Quell Jones is one of the most accomplished and versatile athletes in professional basketball, demonstrating excellence, leadership, and resilience in her performance and principles. A 2019 graduate of the George Washington University with a Bachelor of Arts, she rose to international prominence through her stellar career in the WNBA and abroad. After being drafted in 2016, Ms. Jones quickly became a dominant force for the Connecticut Sun and later for the New York Liberty, where she became a WNBA final champion. She has earned 5 WNBA All-Star selections, the 2021 WNBA Most Valuable Player Award, and the 2024 WNBA Finals MVP honor. Known for her versatility, rebounding prowess, and defensive skill, she is the only player in WNBA history to earn the league's MVP, 6th Woman of the Year, and Most Improved Player awards. Ms. Jones has also distinguished herself in professional leagues across Asia and Europe and has represented Bosnia and Herzegovina in international competition. Off the court, Ms. Jones is a vocal advocate for social justice, mental health awareness, and LGBTQ+ visibility in sports. She has used her platform to showcase her commitment to leadership, inclusivity, and service, and is a role model for young athletes around the world. Ms. Jones was named one of USA Today's Women of the Year for 2025 in tribute to both her athletic achievements and her humanity. Ms. Jones' deep ties to the George Washington University stem from her achievements as a student athlete, where she earned Atlantic 10 Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year honors and earned a spot in GW's Athletic Hall of Fame. She led the Revolutionaries to new heights, including 2 NCAA tournament appearances. The George Washington University is extremely proud to count Ms. Jones among its alumni and to honor her extraordinary achievements as an athlete, leader, and global citizen. John Quell Jones, in recognition of all the foregoing and by virtue of the authority granted to me by the Congress of the United States of America, vested in the Board of Trustees of the George Washington University, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa, and declare you fully entitled to all of its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our commencement speaker, Dr. Jonquel Jones.
One second, guys. Hello, GW and the class of 2025. It is so great to be welcomed back as part of the GW family. Let me start by saying congratulations. What you've accomplished is significant and deserves to be celebrated. Today is your day. Soak it in. I am truly honored to be here today to celebrate this incredible moment with you. To President Granberg, the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, families, and most importantly, you, the graduates, thank you for letting me be part of today. And to all of those who have helped you reach this moment, the parents who made countless sacrifices, the professors who challenged you, the friends who stayed up late helping you study or were there to pick you up after you bombed your first freshman year exam, this is your win too. 9 years ago, I too was in Foggy Bottom, filled with pride, anxious to begin the next chapter, and unsure about my future. I was packing up my dorm in Guthridge Hall, saying goodbye to daily practices at the Smith Center, and making my last weekend run to the GW Deli. Do they still pack the mountain of bacon on the bacon, egg, and cheeses? Some things never change. 9 years later, with the WNBA championship, a regular season MVP title, a finals MVP title, and the honor of being named USA Today's Woman of the Year, it would be easy for me to tell you to go for it, to chase your dream, and it'll all work out. At least those are the standard platitudes on an occasion like this. But the truth is, success is rarely simple. And while it may sound cliche, it really is the journey that makes it all worth it. That's where life happens, where you find out who you are, find the people who believe in you, and where you will learn lessons that will carry you through your successes and failures. My journey started in the Bahamas, where I was just a kid with a dream and no real roadmap. Until someone took a chance on me. Coach Diane Richardson, or Coach Rich as she is affectionately known, saw my athleticism and potential and sponsored me so that I could play in the United States. She took a chance on me when no one else would. She saw the potential that was fostered by my coaches in the Bahamas and gave me an environment to succeed at the highest level. That doesn't mean she took mercy on me. For Coach Rich, greatness was the floor and not the ceiling. She instilled in me a work ethic that has led me to where I am today. The same work ethic that my coaches in the Bahamas ingrained in me and that I learned from watching my parents. Coach Rich's belief in me brought me to Clemson, where I was part of a top-ranked recruiting class. Every athlete was a 4-star recruit or better. The hype was real, the expectations were high, and all eyes were on us. But something didn't feel right. My gut instincts were impossible to ignore, and pretty soon I found myself transferring to GW, reuniting with Coach Rich, who had recently taken on an assistant role with the team. That is lesson number 1. As you begin this journey, remember, trust your gut, always. Transferring to GW was a gut decision, a deep, instinctive pull that I felt long before I ever acted on it. And to be honest with you, I didn't listen to that feeling right away. I tried to push it down and convinced myself that honoring my initial commitment meant doing what was expected of me. I told myself that walking away from what I knew meant I was giving up and not growing. But your gut doesn't lie. It whispers, then it nudges, and eventually it shouts. And my decision to transfer to GW changed everything. At GW, I grew as an athlete and as a person. Not only did our team win championships, but I earned 2 All-American honors, became the 3rd player in GW's history to score over 1,000 points, grab 800 rebounds, and record 100 blocks. I met lifelong... I met lifelong friends, and I learned more about myself than I ever thought was possible. Making that decision to leave for GW, to trust my gut, taught me that the voice inside you is not just noise. It is wisdom. It's your truth, buried beneath fear and the pressure to please others. I know when I say trust your instincts, it can sound vague. But here's what I've learned. The voice is often the only compass you'll have. There's no map for life. When the choices aren't clear and the stakes are high, no one can make the call for you. And I promise you, those moments will come. They may come when you're deciding between job offers, or when you're brave enough to walk away from something that looks great on paper, but doesn't feel right in your spirit. They may come when you're the only one in the room who has a different vision, or when you're building something no one else believes in yet. Those are the moments when listening to your gut is going to matter most. So when the time comes, and it will, when you have to take a risk, make a move, stand your ground, or listen to that inner voice, you know more than you give yourself credit for. You've been preparing for these moments. And if something is telling you, this is it, lean in. Trust that feeling, because your instincts, your spirit, your gut, that is where your power lives. Now, it won't always be easy. There will be times when you feel out of place, when you're struggling to make things work, no matter how much time you've put in. Which brings me to lesson number 2. You can have the right tools to be successful, but you also need the right opportunity and the right people by your side. When I was first drafted into the WNBA, I had everything you might expect from a rising star: talent, drive, grit, and a deep desire to compete at the highest level. I was focused, disciplined, and hungry. But here's what no one tells you when you're chasing a dream. You can have all the right tools, the work ethic, the skills, the mindset, and still feel stuck. Because success isn't just about what you bring to the table, it's also about the environment around you that allows you to thrive. In those early years, I gave everything I had. I was a strong team player, constantly working to elevate not just my game, but the people around me. But I knew I couldn't reach my full potential alone. I needed a support system of people who believed in me and leadership that brought the same championship mentality that I did. Fast forward to 2023, when I decided to request a trade to New York. It was a bold decision, and it came from a place of clarity. I saw something in New York I hadn't seen before: alignment, a shared vision, a team built for lasting success. It felt like when I transferred to GW, except this time, I had the wisdom to trust my instincts. From the front office to the locker room, the energy was different. And the difference started at the top. Our owner, Clara Wusai, believes that if you treat women athletes like world-class competitors, they'll deliver world-class results. And she was right. It seemed crazy to some, but I'm also just a little bit crazy. And seeing someone who wanted to invest in what had become my world was meaningful. That belief, along with the infrastructure, investment, it changed the game for me. I didn't suddenly become a better player overnight, but I was finally in an environment that gave me room to be great. That kind of support turns potential into performance. It turns individual ambition into team victory. Here's what I want you to know. Surround yourself with people who see where you want to go and want to help you get there. People who don't just applaud your ambition, but actively invest in it. Prestige is nice, but alignment is everything. As you launch into your careers, whether you're going into politics, business, medicine, sports, don't just chase titles or big names. Ask yourself if the place will allow you to grow, if those people will help you become the best version of yourself. Bet on the environments that bet on you, because success isn't just about the tools you carry, but where you go and use them. Now let's say you've trusted your gut, you've found the perfect opportunity, you're working hard, and you're thriving. This brings me to lesson number 3. As hard as you work, make time to enjoy life. Everyone here today, and everyone who has gone to GW, is competitive and works hard. There is no doubt in my mind that you are all destined for greatness. But the moments that have meant the most to me, the ones I carry with me to this day, didn't just happen on the court or in the gym or even in the classroom. They happened in the quiet in-between moments. They were filled with pure joy. I remember late nights in Guthridge, laughing until our stomachs hurt, cramming for exams we maybe should have studied for a little bit earlier. I remember making beats on the walls of elevators and dancing with my teammates, and no one cared who was watching. I remember cherry blossom season, spending afternoons in Kogan, and walking across campus just to feel that energy that only a place like GW can give, this mix of ambition and passion, and a feeling that the world was at our fingertips. I remember standing at the top steps of Gelman, catching my breath after a long night of practice, then studying, then more practice, and realizing that this was part of it too. I, like many of you, am guilty of glorifying the grind. And don't get me wrong, I believe in it. I wouldn't be standing here if I didn't. But I've learned that joy is not a reward that comes after the hard work is done. It comes in the doing, in the journey along the way. It's the fuel that keeps you going, the laughter, the friendships, the freedom to just be. Those are not distractions, they are essential. And those people who are closest to you, the friends you've made along the way, the people sitting next to you today, they are your team. You will have them forever. I still cherish my GW teammates. When they found out I'd be speaking with you today, they were excited and proud of me. They cheered me on when I was drafted. They celebrated my wins, cried with me during my losses, and remind me of what this crazy life is all about. And I still remember the staff at GW who supported me, some who still work here today. Even when you're gone, even when you're living in a new city, you will always have these moments. As you leave here and begin your next chapter, find those people who are willing to take a chance on you, who will cherish you beyond your own limits, the people who will lift you up, support you in your pursuit of greatness, and celebrate your wins. If you're lucky, you'll even find your own Coach Rich too. So here's what I'll tell you. Prioritize finding joy in the journey. Protect it, pursue it. Even when the grind gets real and the pressure is on, make sure you do that. Make time to look back at the 18-year-old you once were, who now looks on with pride. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Call the people who ground you and do the things that make you whole, not just successful. Maybe it's the Bahamian in me, always wanting to lean into special moments and the joy that life has to offer, but in those moments of joy, you will find the moments that you remember most. Don't wait until you've made it to give yourself permission to be happy. Let happiness and joy be part of who you are. Take it from me, someone who endured 3 championship losses before finally winning last year. If I had waited until that championship win, I would have missed 8 years of memories, friendships, and experiences that have helped define my journey. You all leave here today, not just with a degree, but with a responsibility. A GW education means something. Out there in the world, when people hear George Washington University, they expect excellence. But it's not just about your GPA or the title next to your name. It means civic engagement. It means bold ideas that shake up the world, service to others, and remembering the community that brought you where you are now. It means stepping into the world not just as professionals, but as people of integrity, people who understand that impact matters more than status, and that lifting others up is one of the greatest forms of leadership. It means you're ready to lead, not just with your minds, but with your values. And let me be real with you, your path might not be linear. It may not happen in the timeline you've envisioned. Mine sure didn't. There were moments when I questioned everything, and when it felt like everyone else was moving forward, and I was stuck waiting for the call, for the chance, and for the door to open. But hear me when I say this, a delay is not a denial. Sometimes a detour is the path. You may not understand the why in the moment, but keep showing up anyway. Keep trusting yourself. Keep putting in the work when no one is watching, because your moment will come. And when that door finally opens, I want you to walk through it like you were meant to be there all along. Every step you take, every stumble, every pivot, every breakthrough shapes the leader you're becoming. Now you are part of a legacy that spans politicians and change makers and activists and WNBA champions. You've walked the same path in U-Yard. You've had discussions in classrooms just blocks from the White House. You've pulled all-nighters, chased big dreams, and discovered who you are in the heart of a city that asks big things of you. So now it's time to write your next chapter. Congratulations, graduates. Go out there and own your journey with pride, with trust in yourself, and with that unmistakable GW grit. Thank you, and I'll be rooting for you every step of the way. Raise high.
Thank you, Ms. Jones, for those words. Class of 2025, commencement is a time to celebrate your accomplishments. It's my hope that this is just one stage in your educational journey as you live a life of inquiry, discovery, and service. President Granberg, I invite you to offer your charge to the graduating class of 2025.
I'm a lot shorter than Dr. Jones. Class of 2025, congratulations. It is a thrill to be here on the National Mall celebrating this milestone day in your lives. This mall that contains the history and the aspirations of the American people. To our west are memorials to some of our greatest leaders and heroes willing to give their lives in the fight for freedom. To the east, the U.S. Capitol and every Smithsonian tell the American story of strength, resilience, inspiration, and innovation. Here, the splendor of America walks beside the sorrow, the hope beside the heartbreak. We have gathered here in protest, in prayer, and in pride, giving voice to our beliefs about what is right and what is just. This is the gift of our democracy, which contains multitudes in its tension and complexity. From the March on Washington to the March for Our Lives, This mall does not discriminate. It's a place of community and solidarity, and today it belongs to you, the GW class of 2025. This mall's wide embrace of all that is America, all who dare to dream big, makes it the perfect place for a GW graduation. Today, we celebrate you, the class of 2025, what you've achieved in the classroom, the studio, and the research lab. You made your impact across the DMV, from the State Department to the World Bank to the National Archives, and countless places in between, even as you took care of your families and served your communities. For all of this and more, we salute you, class of 2025. From your first days on campus, you hung out with friends on Kogan Plaza and University Yard, took selfies in the USC, and crammed for that next exam in Gelman Library. You cheered on the revolutionaries in the Smith Center and on the Verne. You sampled gourmet offerings at the District House and GW Deli. You've made a lot of memories during your years at GW, and I hope they will carry you in the years ahead. Whatever you studied, you haven't just learned how to make a living at GW, you've learned how to make a difference. And being here with you today reminds me that all of you have taught me about the spirit of GW since I arrived as president nearly 2 years ago. So let me share my top 3 lessons. First, you've taught me that voices matter at GW. Some people think it's about shouting the loudest or going viral. But GW's way is to think deeply, listen generously, and speak with understanding and respect. Second, you've shown me that engagement is one of GW's superpowers. Throughout your time here, you've confronted complex questions and navigated tough conversations where it's hard to find agreement. And you've done it not by retreating, but by engaging across differences in classrooms, residence halls, and countless group chats and late-night debates. As you continue your journeys, the questions you will face are not going to get any easier. But I have great confidence that you are ready to take them on. This class of 2025 has already shown that you have what it takes. I think of a student who served as a member of the President's Advance Team, helping coordinate visits across the country and around the world. And then there's the one who interned with the Women's Congressional Policy Institute, the U.S. Senate Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee, and Pyxis partners focused on health policy and advocacy. I think of the graduates who helped share the GW story. One as the general manager of GW TV, and another as a writer and editor at GW Today. And I know that every single one of you has your own amazing story. To this moment of opportunity, bring your whole selves. Bring your brilliance, bring your values, your humor, your questions, your heart. Build on your GW superpower and engage fully as you become the leaders of today and tomorrow. The third and final lesson, you've shown me what it means to raise high at GW. Over the past 2 years, this has been the most important lesson I've learned about the GW spirit. I've seen it in the classrooms and labs I've visited, in your very impressive capstones and research presentations. I've seen it in the ways you lift each other up. This is a lesson grounded in hope and the belief not just that tomorrow will be a better day, but that you, as GW revolutionaries will make tomorrow a better day. You've shown me the incredible possibilities that arise from an electric combination of resourcefulness, talent, and a commitment to serve. Bring that raise high spirit to everything you do, lead with it, and live it. Why? Because the world needs you right now. This is a world hungry for the new voices, new ideas, and new kinds of leadership that you will bring. Leadership that listens before it speaks, builds instead of breaks, and brings people together rather than driving them apart. Now is your time, class of 2025, and this is my charge to you. Go boldly, raise high, and show the world what it means to be a GW revolutionary. Thank you.
Thank you, President Granberg. Now, the president of the university will confer the degrees. I ask the deans to rise and come forward in the order of the founding of the schools. Candidates, as your dean announces degrees from your college or school, please rise and remain standing until all the degrees of the university are called. For degrees in the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences, Associate Dean for Graduate Studies, Chad Heap.
President Granberg, on behalf of Dean Walbeck, it is with great pride and immense pleasure that I present the graduates of the first and largest of the university's academic units and home of what we call the engaged liberal arts. Would the candidates for the following degrees please rise? Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Forensic Sciences, Master of Philosophy, Master of Psychology, Master of Public Administration, Master of Public Policy, Master of Science, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Psychology. These candidates have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty ask that the degrees be conferred.
For degrees in the School of Medicine and Health Sciences, Dean Barbara Bass.
President Granberg, it is with great pleasure I present the graduates from the School of Medicine and Health Sciences, the first medical school in our nation's capital city and the 11th oldest in the country. This year's graduation holds particular significance as we have just concluded our school's bicentennial celebrations, marking 200 years of student success. Would the candidates please rise? Bachelor of Science and Health Sciences, Master of Science and Health Sciences, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Medicine, Doctor of Health Sciences, and our inaugural class of Doctor of Occupational Therapy. These candidates have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty asks that the degrees be conferred.
For degrees in GW Law, Dean Dana Bowen Matthew.
President Granberg, it is my honor to present the graduates from the George Washington University School of Law. Founded in 1865, because a country then divided and today divided needs these lawyers. Will the graduates please rise? It is my pleasure to present the candidates for the following degrees: Masters of Studies of Law, Juris Doctorate, Masters of Law, Doctors of Juridical Science. These candidates have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty asks that the degrees be conferred.
For degrees in the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, Dean John Locke.
President Granberg, I am so very proud to present to you the degree candidates from the School of Engineering and Applied Science whose innovations are going to change the world. Would the candidates please rise? Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Master of Engineering, Applied Scientist, Engineer, Doctor of Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy. These candidates have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty ask that the degrees be conferred.
Calling degree candidates for the final time in his 15-year tenure as Dean of the Graduate School of Education and Human Development, Dean Michael Foyer.
President Granberg, on behalf of the amazing faculty and staff of the Graduate School of Education and Human Development, and with great thanks to our many alumni, friends, and family, I am not only proud, I am overawed once again to present yet another group who are committed to the dream that makes education the fuel to drive the American and world future. I am so happy to present candidates for these degrees. Please rise. Master of Arts in Education and Human Development. Master of Arts in Teaching. Master of Education. Doctor of Education. And Doctor of Philosophy. These candidates have completed all the requirements for these degrees, and the faculty asks that the degrees be conferred.
For degrees in the School of Business, Interim Dean Vanessa Perry.
President Granberg, I am proud to present the current and future global business leaders from the GW School of Business with the candidates for degrees from the School of Business. Please rise. Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science, Master of Accountancy, Master of Human Resource Management, Master of Tourism Administration, Doctor of Philosophy. These candidates have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty enthusiastically asks that the degrees be conferred.
For degrees in the Elliott School of International Affairs, Dean Alyssa Ayers.
President Granberg, I am so proud of the Elliott School of International Affairs and its legacy of excellence and impact. We are the only school of international affairs located between the White House, the World Bank, and the State Department, and it is my great pleasure to present the candidates for the degrees. Would the candidates please rise? Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Master of International Policy and Practice. These candidates have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty asks that the degrees be conferred. Go Elliott! Woo!
Calling degrees for the final time in her 15-year tenure as Dean of the Milken Institute School of Public Health, the Michael and Lori Milken Dean of Public Health, Lynn Goldman.
President Granberg, it gives me great joy to present our public health graduates who are moving out to make not only America, but the world healthy for the first time, based on biomedical research, understanding of behavioral and social science, respect for the law, respect for the dignity of all people, and social justice. I present our candidates for Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Doctor of Public Health, and Doctor of Philosophy. These candidates, who are dedicated to the health and well-being of all people everywhere, have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty asks that their degrees be conferred.
For degrees in the College of Professional Studies, Dean Liesl Riddle.
President Granberg, it is my incredible honor to introduce to you the great graduates of the College of Professional Studies, representing professions in areas of technology, political management, and other applied liberal arts. These are professional leaders that will change their professions and the world. I am proud to present the candidates for the following degrees. Would the candidates please rise? Bachelor of Professional Studies, Master of Professional Studies, These candidates have completed all the requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty asks that the degrees be conferred.
For degrees in the School of Nursing, Dean Susan Kelly Weeder.
President Granberg, I am proud to present the candidates from the GW School of Nursing, where we are revolutionizing healthcare one nurse at a time. Would the following candidates please rise? Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Master of Science in Nursing, Doctor of Nursing Practice, and Doctor of Philosophy. These candidates have completed all requirements for the degrees indicated, and the faculty asks that the degrees be conferred.
President Granberg, before you stand the candidates for degrees from the George Washington University.
By virtue of the authority granted by the Congress of the United States of America, vested in the Board of Trustees of the George Washington University, I hereby confer your degrees and declare you fully entitled to all of their rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. As a celebration of this major accomplishment and your new status as university graduates, you may now move the tassels on your caps from the right to the left. Congratulations to you all.
Congratulations, graduates. Please join Millicent Scarlett in singing your alma mater. The words are on the screens or at the end of the digital program. And please remain standing for the academic recession.
To thy spirit guiding, knowledge thy closest friend, in its strength abiding, pledge we fidelity, ne'er its place resigning. Hail thee, George
Congratulations to the class of 2025. Families and friends, this concludes our ceremony. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great afternoon.